Hello guys, Frazier here, and welcome back to Frazier's Mod Review. Today I'll be looking at a bit of a larger mod, so this one's probably going to be a bit of a longer video, though I'm not going to I'll go into the details later. But if you're new here, they've got a bit of groundwork I need to set up, so in the description you'll find a link to the mod and the mod author who made the mod. And on the side of the screen, you should see, going from top to bottom, the mod author, the mod loaders you need to play this mod, and the mod versions. So what versions of Minecraft this mod can play in. Right now I am playing it in Forge 1.20.1. Now, this mod is... I feel a disturbance in the force. Like...
Frazier! Frazier!
Mountaineer, what are you doing here?
You remember those villagers?
Yeah, the ones you kept setting fire to?
Yeah, well, they're coming, and they have weapons.
They have weapons.
They have guns.
You've angered a bunch of villagers that I told you not to anger.
Yeah, well, I didn't know they were gonna evolve so fast.
I told you not to mess with them. Well, see, look, they sent a messenger.
What do you want?
I don't think he's mine.
But you're here to tell us secrets. Oh, well, he told me his secrets. He told us his secrets.
Well,
His
anyways,
wisdom.
today we will be looking at Superb Warfare. So,
Yes.
we'll be able to fight off these villagers that you angered. Now, as you see, I don't have any recipe setups, but because there's a lot of stuff, as you can see, there's a lot here.
A very complex mod.
Yep. So, we're just going to go over some of the basics. So, in order to make a gun of any kind, you need to find yourself a... where is it? A blueprint for that weapon. Now, these are similar to, like, what is that? The smithing templates, where you find them out in dungeons, and you can duplicate them by surrounding it in diamonds and the recipe. Now we have, so you make that, you get that. So we have a weapon, and you need to make, depending on what blueprint you got. So this is an epic, so that means you need an epic material pack, which you get that from crafting the parts for it. So this is the cemented carbide barrel, which you need cemented carbide, which you get from smelting raw stuff and making all that. So it's a complex mod of sorts, but it adds a lot, and is a pretty good mod from what I've tested out so far. So what you also need is you need to take this stuff to a smithing table. So we have... So Mountaineer here will get me a smithing table.
A smithing table?
Yes, a smithing table.
There you go.
So I go here, I take the blueprint, material pack, and this, and now I have myself this gun.
Whoa!
And you do that, rinse and repeat for all the other stuff. Now, continue on, you can also get perks, which some things require perks, but you attach these onto your weapons using a gun reforged tablet, which requires a lot of stuff. An agent CPU, which you can find in ancient cities or craft it with 4 diamonds, ancient debris, and an empty perk. So now I think some of these weapons can only take, yeah, some of these weapons will only take certain perks. You can't use all. So our gun can take all of these perks. What have you made, Mountaineer?
I'm trying to make something.
Okay. Well, anyways, so there's all the perks. And you obviously need ammo. You have to make sure what ammo you need for your weapons. So my gun here uses rifle ammo. So in order to make rifle ammo, we need steel ingot, 2 copper plates, primer, and gunpowder. And it gets us 48. Now to get copper plates, you take a hammer and you smash whatever that plate is. Then you need steel, which you get from smelting coal iron powder, which you need coal and iron powder, which you use a hammer and you get that. Then you need primer. Primer is flint and copper plate. So you do all that, you get yourself some ammunition. Now, as Mountaineer here shows us, we have a target, which you shoot, and it tells you how much damage, what your distance is, and yeah. So
And you also have another type of target, DPS.
Yes, so
generator,
show you,
which just tells you how much damage per second you have.
Yep. So how fast the gun goes. Then
Which is useful for finding the best weapons for you.
Now there are also ammo boxes, it appears, but it doesn't look like you can craft these. So you're probably, maybe there's a machine that JEI doesn't show.
Also, another little feature, if anyone's curious, there's dog tags.
Dog tags, you say? What do these do?
Well, if you equip them in your dog tag slot using Curious API, that changes your name. So, as if I were to shoot something, let's say I shot a target with the dog tag equipped, it would show that Echo killed the target.
Interesting. Here you go.
Thank you.
In order to craft a dog tag, you need a chain and a name tag. Now you can make yourself some armor, which will use the US IOTV, the US PASGET. So you need cemented carbide ingots and sand to make the US, and the same thing here. Now you put on your armor, and you can also put on armor plates and provide some extra protection. To craft armor plates, you need string, terracotta, wool, and steel ingots. Now we have the weapons, we have the armor, but now let's get the vehicles.
Frazier, explain to me what this machine here is.
This here is the what was it called? It is the vehicle assembly table.
Assembling table.
In order to make yourself, this allows you to make yourself any kind of vehicles and weapon emplacements. And also materials you need to power them. So Mountaineer here has an LAV 150 commando. In order to make a commando, you need 6 steel blocks, light armament module, a medium battery pack, 4 wheels, and a large motor. You have to craft all of that, and you get this vehicle. What you also need is power, which you can get from these battery packs. Power up your stuff, so that way you can move it.
Yes, exactly. And some vehicles, like the Prism tank, use power to move as well as fire.
Now, you might be wondering, how do you make power? Well, in order to make power, you need... In order to get power, you need to get a charging station, which requires energy cells, copper plates, blast furnace, and iron ingot. Now what you do is you take fuel like this, put it in, and you put whatever battery pack you need. Now you can also make yourself some sandbags, which you can use to add some extra defense. Now what we have here... Now you can make yourself barbed wire, dragon teeth, and a fire control radar. Now fire control radar, I believe, is... If you connect it up with like a weapon emplacement, shown here, you can have it targeting any aircraft or vehicles, I believe. Now, I don't know completely about this mod. I know that it adds vehicles and guns, but there is a lot, which is why we are going to be not covering everything.
We're not covering every little bit. We're just covering
Exactly.
the basics.
Now, in order to get a vehicle, you have your container. So let me get a fixed gun. Let me get myself this. Now, you have a container, but you can't open it. Well, you require a crowbar, which requires steel and 2 iron. You go over here, right click, and boom, you now have your vehicle.
Now, vehicles also have health, so they're not infinite health.
Exactly.
That means if I were to shoot at your emplacement, it would take damage.
So let me get myself a... Stop blowing my stuff up. We need to do this to defend ourselves against the villagers.
Ooh.
So you go over here, you put any energy pack or energy cell in, and now you have your stuff. But you also need to supply it with ammunition. Now what I need is a small caliber shells, which you make it with this and high energy explosives. So I'm going to take these, put them in here. We are ready to rock and roll. Now, for sake of purpose, from here on out I'll be using the creative ammo box, because I wanted to make sure I get everything. Now we have this. Now it's fun. It's fun to have around.
I have a gift for you. Your own dog tag. You can test those out.
Now, as you know, the Curious API, we have brought it up. It is a requirement for this mod, so you should get it once you have it. Same with Gecko Live. Now, what we have next is... So we have this system, right? Got this weapon emplacement. What's this? Gun reinforcement.
This is a warhead modification station.
So the modification station, you take the parts to, and you get all of that. Now we have here an artillery indicator, which requires a monitor, firing parameters, and spyglass. Now I am not certain. So we have that.
So with this radar thing, if I spawn in this hostile, it's immediately gonna go after it.
Try it again. So what you need is you have the artillery indicator. Right click, you shift right click on it, and you activate this emplacement. It'll auto shoot any hostile entities and run them out. Now what we have here. Now you might be wondering, well, this mod's so cool, but I want to fight my friends with these emplacements and whatnot. Well, you can do that because what we have is the IFF. When player joins a vanilla team and is not in TDM mode, player teammate indicator will be displayed on screen. So I believe this goes here, and now you can see your teammate. But I don't know how to do team deathmatch. Unfortunately, you'll have to figure that out yourself. But if you do, the IFF can help you determine what needs to be done. Now we have aircraft, we have more artillery,
Emplacements. We have all of the
fixed
sorts.
weapons, land vehicles, aircraft, civilian vehicles, water vehicles, and miscellaneous, which is just the battery packs. Now, as you can see, there is a lot of stuff.
So
And
have at it.
yeah, I brought up the artillery indicator, which works. What you can also do is, once supplied with the ammunition type it requires, the artillery is ready to go. You shift right click with the indicator and you can. Did you do that?
Yeah.
Okay. So you can indicate an area, also the C4, as Mountaineer has so graciously showed us.
Yes. And C4 will stick on anything, like the drone.
Now, you designate the area, and if the cannon requires, you can either use depressed trajectory or lofted trajectory, depending on what the cannon uses. Now we have this, and our coordinates are selected. Now the artillery should begin firing on target. So that's what you must do. You have to hold it down and open fire. Well, that's all for this one. If you enjoyed this mod review, please like and subscribe, hit the notification bell for the next video, comment down below if you want tips, suggestions, comments, whatever. Share this with friends so that they can enjoy my videos. If you have any mod suggestions, please leave them down in the comments below. Now, Mountaineer and I have to go fight off some villagers. See you next time!